to light this thing. But I'll open it up real quick. I'm about to turn it on, and like I said, just pre-season it. But as you can see, we got there's 4 racks in it. I haven't seen many videos on YouTube kind of showing I think this specific model, or at least in depth on kind of what it comes with and how big it is. It's like 30 inches tall by about I think it's like 27 inches wide. It's by no means the biggest electric smoker out there, as Masterbuilt actually makes an even bigger one, like a 40-inch model. But for my purposes, could be able to cook a couple things at a time. This is pretty good. You probably couldn't get a full rack of ribs lengthwise without probably cutting it in half. And then as you can see, there's like 4 trays, which if you're doing what I'm doing tomorrow, which is a big old pork shoulder and a brisket, I'm probably only going to leave 2 of the trays in, take one out, so there'll be plenty of clearance room. But that's it. The 4 shelves. Where is it? That's like the water tray right there. Drip tray at the bottom, which I've seen good recommendations on lining it with aluminum foil, so it makes cleanup a little bit easier. And then pull this out here. That's actually where the wood chips fall into. And what's cool about this is when you have to feed more chips into it, you don't have to open the front of the door. There's actually this cool little thing on the side where you put the chips in here, and then you just, I guess, stick it in there, and then you just turn it, and it loads them in there. And yeah, so when you got to change it out, so I'm actually going to crank this on now for the first time. It says to set temperature to the highest. Let's see how quickly we can get up. It goes to 275. As with smoking, you don't have to get too ridiculously high on the temperature. So, whoops, I went over. Let's go see if we can go backwards then. Here we go. And I think you hit set again. And there you go. It says it's 52 degrees. So I'm just going to shut this now. As you guys can't see anything. But yeah, I'm going to let it go for like 2 hours or something, and then during the 3rd hour you actually put some chips in there, and that seasons it, and that's all you really got to do. But it looks really nice. I mean, just basically it looks like a small black refrigerator. I got to get a cover for it so when it rains, we'll be able to make sure that it doesn't get a whole lot of weather wear and tear, as I'm sure rain on the electrical timer up the top may not be necessarily the best thing. Oh, and I wonder if it's wanting me to set the no, it says 50 degrees. I don't think I have to set the time. So yeah, so I just wanted to show you again. This is pretty much one of the only real things I got today, but this is really all I wanted. Pretty cool. So we'll see how well it does with smoking. I know by no means is an electric smoker. I think I mentioned, kind of, what the purists would use, but for simplicity and not having to manage temperature, this is like one of the best reviewed ones, and to get it for like $130, I was pretty excited. This is pretty much Christmas for me, which is, again, kind of all I wanted. So I'm going to do a couple more videos. I don't know if I'm going to string it along with this, but tonight I got to prepare the meat, do a rub, and I'll show you the basic recipe for that. We're not going to smoke the dog yet. So anyways, alright, cool. Well, I wanted to show you guys this, and hopefully some people are interested in some barbecue, because I am, and looking forward to tomorrow, and I'll do a bunch more videos on on how the process goes. So, alright, cool. Well, we'll catch you guys later. Bye. Alright, it's been about 2 hours. About 2 hours and 15 minutes for the seasoning on the smoker, and I'm putting in it says a cup of wood chips, and I've already put in the first part of the cup, and I couldn't get the full cup to load in this the first time. But yeah, you put the wood chips in here. These are soaked. It says to soak the wood chips. So putting it in, and then you give it a little turn, and oops. Yeah, and so now that's in there. The one nice thing about this smoker is that we can still see 2 hours and 15 minutes down. Well, that's the timer which I set. Yeah, we're still right at almost 275. It's just about 40 degrees. It's supposed to get to around 33 tonight. Not that I'm going to be smoking things over, in the cold evening, but the nice thing about this Masterbuilt smoker, that all the reviews and stuff I read online, is that a lot of your kind of stacked electric smokers you can get have they're not as insulated. But this thing, and I'm not going to open it now because I don't want the temperature to drop or anything too much. But it's insulated like a refrigerator, and some of the other ones are just really thin, stainless steel. And so yeah, this is it, like I said, it's been going over 2.5 hours in the cold of evening, and not that we're that cold as some places in the north here because we're in Georgia. But yeah, still at 275, and it's pretty darn cold. It's just hitting 40 degrees. I checked the temperature, and it's not getting any warmer. So this thing is holding temperature really, really well. So that's cool. So glad to see that. But I just threw the chips in. I may do one more update to see once we can finally get some smoke coming out of there, and that finishes the curing. I got to read a little bit more about controlling the vent, and I know that controls obviously oxygen flow, and also that which helps to moderate how much smoke is going in and out. But yeah, so I'll probably do maybe one more quick one. But this is supposed to go for about another 45 minutes, and then it's done curing, and we'll be ready tomorrow to smoke. So all right, well we'll be back in just a bit later. All right, so it's been about another 30-35 minutes, and I put the chips in and was kind of worried because they didn't start smoking. I mean, not that I expected it to right away, but they're finally, and sometimes it can be hard to see, especially at night. I don't know if shining any light over there. You can I think you can kind of see it's finally starting to smoke. It says the first time when you kind of cure this or season it the first time, it doesn't smoke a whole lot, but definitely getting some smoke out of there. And one thing I actually just read in the directions too is once you put the chips in to see how much they're getting burnt is. Oh, here, sorry. Try and do this. Oh yeah, here you can see like wood tray. Unload. Yeah, you obviously turn to unload. There we go. So when you pull the tray out, let's see if you can see in there, that's where you can see the wood chips and how much are burnt. I think I actually put a few too many. I see the smoke coming off them, but probably would use it. It says you can put a full cup, but it says to not fill like this tray past, kind of the top line level, so it's overflowing. So I think tomorrow when I do this, I'll probably put I'll put less chips in, so it'll probably smoke a little bit better, and then just add more as needed. So but yeah, we only got about, like I said, probably 10 minutes left on the smoker. A little bit coming out of the top. So yeah, and then tomorrow I'll probably start the process around, well, it's about 8 minutes a pound. I'll probably start, I don't know, 9 or 10, or maybe even a little earlier, because once you're done, you're setting it, you're actually supposed to set it in foil and let it rest for a little while. So all right, well, we will get back and start a new little series tomorrow. But this is gonna be the last one. I'll post these tonight, and everyone can check it out. And all right. So one last part to this video. I was just got done smoking, or it's done for the 3 hours. I mean, and as another, it's only been like 10 more minutes, but you can see the smoke coming out pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off for the night. But I thought maybe, like I said, I had overloaded it with chips, even though I put a cup in, which is what it says it should be able to to handle. And then here we'll open up like I did before, and as you can see, there was a good bit of smoke bellowing out there. So that's that's pretty cool. So we will get this thing going tomorrow, but nice to see that it definitely smokes pretty well. It's nice that you don't have to open the door to get more chips in there, as like you said, or like you could just see opening the door to let all the smoke out. Temperature drops a little bit when you open the door, but it comes right back up. So that's cool. But anyways, all right. Well, this is definitely it, and next video will be smoking the meat. Later.